Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video is Today is Trans Remembrance Day, and for that, we're doing the last Trans Week special of this month, and it is Yandere Damian Bloodmarch base headcanons being the base with gender neutral listener, but then later specific headcanons with a bust with a with a bus with a buff pastel Femboy Transman Goth listener. So let's get on to business, shall we? Where are we? Disclaimers. Disclaimer: Damien Bloodmarch is a trans man in canon. Trans men like the reader and him. Trans men like the reader because the reader is Trans men like the listener, thank you, brain, work with me. Trans men like the listener can be femboys and buff femboys as well, like in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures kind of style, you know. The listener being a femme boy does not make him any less trans or any less of a man. Trans men are men and trans rights are human rights. Now, disclaimer number 2. Damien Bloodmarch is not yet. Ugh. Damien Bloodmarch is once again a trans man in canon, and he is not Yandere in canon. This is just for fun and not to be taken seriously at all. Simping for fictional characters and Yanderes is fine, just do not be illegal or gross about it. You know who you are, you dirty flaky biscuits. Yanderes are not ideal partners to have in real life. Also remember to separate fiction from reality, headcanon from canon. Thank you. Now let's get on to it. First up, the base headcanons and traits for Yandere Damian Bloodmarch. This is with gender neutral listener. Let's do this. Damien Bloodmarch is a trans man, and he has a love for the goth and Victorian styles. He fell for you, and when you moved into the neighborhood, you were not a parent, but you still hung out with some of the dads. He wanted you to be the love of his life and to have you by his side at all times. He longed for you to be his. He would be the type of Yandere that courts you the old-fashioned way, cherishing every slow and sweet courtship moment with you. He would romance you and be the type to take things slow with you at first. He would prefer a romantic comedy movie with you, and the idea of watching a horror movie with you. Oh, sorry, my brain is not working. He would prefer a romantic comedy movie with you over the idea of watching a horror movie with you. Although the best thing about watching horror movies with you, scary movies with you, is that he can bury himself into your arms. It is the best thing about them, and he takes advantage of that. He also oil paints and would love to oil paint you, his darling, doing various pieces of works of oil paintings of you in various states of dress. Even has a large portrait of you and him above the master bedroom fireplace. He will have to find a way to explain that if you are not dating him before he made it. He has a secret stash of portraits of you, and he is obsessed with you and wants to capture your beauty over and over and over. He also probably has made a few not safe for works, or let's be honest, a lot not safe for works, fanfics of you and him, and has them in leather bound books in his that and makes them look like they're antique books. He hopes you never accidentally find them and learn about his desires to ravish you in such sinful ways. At least that is until you accept his love, of course. Then he would share them with you and even read them to you in a way of foreplay. This is where he gets his this is where he gets more complex as a yandere, since he works in IT. He would know how to make a digital copy of your computer, phone, tablet, etc. So he would know where you are at all times and also who you were talking to at all times. He might not be a super crazy about he might not be super crazy about the internet, but he loves that he can keep a close eye on you and on your day-to-day habits. Also, he can make sure that no one else gets on a date with you. Like if you get a notification, he knew you did not look at it. If you did not look at it and it was, oh, sorry, my brain. Like if you got a notification and he knew you did not look at it, he would check it. And if it was someone new texting you, sorry, gotta correct that letter. There we go. And if it was someone new texting you, there we are, new texting you, he would block their number right away. Or if it was a rival who gave you their number, he would delete their number from your phone and devices. And then you would wonder why your phone did that. He is the type of yandere that does not let anyone sneak their way into your life. He would also put cameras into your home and keep a close eye on you at all times. He is not doing this to be a pervert. He is doing this to make sure you are safe and sound. He is a very protective yandere type indeed. He may even get a guard dog for you, someone to be there when he is not. Of course, he would make sure the guard dog liked him and trusted him to go in and out of your home as he pleased. He deals with rivals by placing some evidence of crimes, such as on their computers and phones. So he would never need to or want to unalive his rivals, but he's going to make sure that they are still out of the picture. You are his, and he is going to keep you by his side no matter what. As I said before, he has been courting you and to be his and his alone. So when he feels that he finally has properly courted you, he would confess his desires for you and his true intentions to you. If you accept his love, he will gently kiss you, yet the kiss is gentle but deep, and soft yet firm. It would blow you both away, and it would be the start of something new. If you turn down his feelings, he is solemn and bids you a good night, but he is going to not give up. He will win you over. He just has to try hard enough and make sure you know just how much he loves you. He would love he would have you love him back. He would make sure of it. Sorry, tongue twister. Now on to the specific headcanons. Whoop whoop. Okay, so this is part two because I had to break up the audio and stuff. Anyways, where were we? Oh yes, we were going to be doing the specific headcanons and such for this, which it's based off the request Yandere Damian Bloodmarch, who is a trans man, ex Transman Listener from Dream Daddy fandom and such. From and I love the buff femboy idea. So femme Pastel Goth on a Jim Burrow listener who is super far into transition like Damien, and he has loves for being a buff girly pop and drinks boba tea and drinks iced sugary coffee. Basically the opposite of to Damien in that regard. I want to say a trans man listener who has had surgery, who has had top surgery, while Damien has both bottom and top surgery and all the surgeries that go with those. So yeah, that's good. So that's what the idea was. So that is what specifically it is. It is a buff pastel goth femboy trans man, which, yes, once again, you can be a trans man and still be into femme clothing. Clothing does not make our gender. I should know. I am genderqueer and I wear mostly male clothes, but I go by she and they. So, yes, clothes do not make gender. Anyways, let's get back to the video, shall we? Just gotta find where I lost my place. There we go. Anyways, let's do this. Damien found you to be quite enchanting. You were so different from him, but he loved it all the same. And he loved that you were both into some of the similar things as well. You both loved art, the goth and vampire aesthetic, in his own ways of in your own in both my tongue and your own ways, of course, and your unique ways of being. Not to mention you were both trans men. You would make stunning outfits and really show off when you go out into town. But like Damien, on days you were working as a personal trainer, you could be found in sweats and a tank top, and not the whole super cute pastel goth outfits. Or if you are at home, you're in Halloween pajamas, living the best spooky life. Damien likes both versions, all three versions actually, of you, and admits when you take off your shirt in the gym, he is so turned on because you of your strong manly chest. It's a male chest, not a female chest, YouTube. Damien might be the top, but he loves being swooned over like a princess when you princess lift him like a blushing bride because you're so muscly. He feels so delicate in your strong arms. But of course, since you are a gym bro, you are close to the other dad, Craig, which he gets jealous of as you being a gym bro. You are sorry, I read that. Which he gets jealous of even hires you to be his personal trainer, just so he can keep an eye on you and spend more time with you. He loves how you tailor a workout that is good for his goals and body type. He learned when you did start transitioning to a man that you had been on previously been on all the female sports team. Disclaimer: Reader was born assigned female at birth before they started to transition to male. He would have been required to play on the female teams, but once he started T, he got kicked off. Back to the video. When you started T, you were kicked off. But that but the school still did not want you to play on the male teams either because you were biologically female and could not be on the male sport teams either or the female sports team because it was unfair because you were now on testosterone. I hope I said that right. T basically. So you got into working out and helping trans men, trans women, and non binary folk have their ideal body goals because they were happier when they feel that their body matches up to the image they have in their heads of what their true sense of self is and how they feel their body, and from experience how their body works and such, and got into being a physical therapist. For one, that's your other job. You do physical therapy with workout and stuff for sports injuries, but also you know how to be a personal trainer for various body types when they're in while their body is changing while they're on T or E and their body is progressively changing. You adjust their workout to fit their body types while it's changing so that they were doing the best they could with the changing body types they have. Sorry, that was a tongue twister. Damien finds this amazing, and you were so kind to make training programs for each of your clients and their future goals that they have with their current and future body types. Damien falls more and more in love with you. Since you use gel for your testosterone or T, he learned that you were afraid of needles, and when you the rare times you had to use injection of tea, he would do it for you, comforting you the whole way and making you feel safe and sound. If anyone were to insult you or misgender you or even call you a slur, he would make sure their lives were heck. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. One sec. There we go. There we go. He would make sure their lives are heck, one way or another. Probably with their computers and cell phones, to be honest. You and him might be vastly different in goth and vampire styles, but not to mention your body types. But he does treat you like a Victorian lady, and even has custom ordered Victorian but pastel colored gothic dresses for you and your body type. He has made a portrait of you in one of those dresses, flexing your mom. Not moms, sorry, brain fart. Flexing your arms. Like, look up buff Victorian women. You should be able to find some women from the Victorian area looking at the cameras that were first made and such. And flexing god tier muscle mommies. Since you don't have to have since you haven't yet to have bottom surgery, if you were on your monthly cycle, he would make sure that you had all the comforts that you needed. He is your man after all, and you are his man, and he will make sure you feel like a man regardless of your monthly curse of Eve. He would confess to you on a picnic in the moonlight in a graveyard. If you accept his love, he would be over the moon and kiss you right then and there while you are bathed in the moonlight. If you turn him down, he will understand, but once again, he will not give up and will once again make his intentions clear, and he will do his best to woo you. For art thou art his darling. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you would like to see more, comment below what you would like to see, and I will do my best to do it and all that good stuff. I hope that you all enjoyed once again. And this is a longer video because it's like 15 minutes plus. So I hope that you all enjoyed this. If I will be doing more trans and pride stuff at Pride Month, so keep an eye out for that and such. Also, I will be trying to do some Black History characters, so more African American characters for what's it called, February, and also Chinese New Year, lunar New Year, and also what's it called, February for Valentine's, and I already have the Christmas 12 days figured out, so that will be coming out during December. And I will still be doing the spooky month list I had at the beginning of September because I want to get all those done so they're not just piling up every single year and not getting done. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed and stay sexy on my sexy muffins. Bye bye. Secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro, baseball bat. Welcome to the secret outro, and the secret outro question of the day is: would you smash or pass Damien Bloodmarch? My answer is 100% smash. And would you accept his love? My answer is 100%. But he's a gay man, so he probably wouldn't love me because I am a biological woman, and also I am genderqueer, she, they, so there's no he, him, and in me at all. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed and stay sexy on my sexy muffins. Bye bye.